I've just watched Disney's new Tudor-era drama Shardlake, and I feel like I've spent an hour wading through treacle. It's literally been an ordeal to sit through this clunky dialogue with every hey nonny no cliche one could ever expect to experience in a TV historical drama. Let me get the positives out of the way first. The books that this series is based on were excellent. Basically, the story is about the murder of a commissioner sent by Thomas Cromwell, the minister of King Henry VIII, who wants to prove that there is corruption among the monks in order to shut down the monastery as part of his Protestant Reformation. Now, it's very sad that the author of the book, C.J. Sansom, died just as the series was going to air. It would have been very interesting to know what he made of the adaptation. That I don't know myself. The main protagonist in this series, Arthur Hughes as Matthew Shardlake, is certainly very compelling. He's a great actor with a great future ahead of him. But do we really need all those weird internal monologues and thoughts delivered to a nearby wall while being eavesdropped, of course, by an evil monk? He's sent to investigate the murder of this commissioner by another of Thomas Cromwell's agents, a man called Jack Barrack, who's all proletarian machismo. Cue that well-worn cop drama cliche where our hero ends up with a sidekick he doesn't really like. That point is rammed home relentlessly and witlessly, but the contrast in the two characters is never really well defined. The scene where Barrack hits on Shardlake's female servant, which is supposed to show us what a Jack the lad he is just toe-curling to watch. As for the monastery, this looks like a cross between Colditz Castle in Nazi Germany and the Red Keep in King's Landing in Game of Thrones. The dysfunctional monks instantly reminded me of the monks in the movie The Name of the Rose, the 1986 movie, which was based on the novel by the same name by the Italian novelist Umberto Eco, also a story about murders being committed at a monastery. There was also a 2019 TV remake of The Name of the Rose, which I have taken a personal vow never to watch again. I put it on the same level as Shardlake. My feelings go out to Sean Bean as Thomas Cromwell. His script in his first appearance involved going through the history of Tudor England. It was like something out of a Ladybird book on the subject, hammering home all the facts to us just in case we didn't know. There was then a ham-fisted observation of two skulls, both of which are supposed to be of St. Barbara. All of this, of course, indicating how terrible these monks are. The main problem I have with Shardlake is the interaction between the characters, which just seems very forced and stagey, and there's a total absence of subtext and subtlety, which means that we don't get that build-up of tension. There isn't that relationship with the viewer where the viewer is given just enough to be going on with the mystery unravelling. Everything is rammed home on the nose. It really had all the subtlety of a George Lucas script, except in the original Star Wars movies, Harrison Ford at least had the decency to ad-lib and bring those scripts to life. For the record, as an LGBT man myself, I didn't like all this stuff with the Tudor monks being assumed to be evil queens, wicked sodomites eyeing up each other's butts. This is the stuff of Thomas Cromwell propaganda of the time, and I really thought we'd have got over that by now. The Barrack character even accuses a monk at one point of eyeing up his derriere, and it's a scene that took me back to the homophobia of the 1970s school playground. I found it quite an unpleasant moment in the series. To be frank, I found the character of Barrack a tiresome shit who I really hope comes to a gruesome end, though I suspect he won't. The moment where he kills a character by mistake with his sword was just so silly I don't understand how it made it to screen. So far, Shardlake reminds me of the late and unlamented Netflix Templar series Nightfall, which at least Netflix had the decency to take round the back and shoot in a mercy killing after 2 seasons. Anyway, maybe you're enjoying Shardlake. Tell me what you think, why you like it, but I've got to say, I'm facing episode 3 with trepidation. I really don't know if I can carry on. I mean, I was hoping for Cadfael with balls, instead of which I've got a repetition of some of the worst historical dramas that I've seen over the years. But tell me what you think. And before you go, remember to buy a copy of Jack the Ripper and Abraham Lincoln, my compelling new book out this year with an incredible theory on the identity of Jack the Ripper. You can buy it now on Amazon, Waterstones, WH Smith. Currently available in the UK, will be out in the United States soon. Thank you for watching.